Welcome back to the Cowboys. Everybody! Today's news broke early, and it might not have come as a shock to many of you. Jair Alexander, the two-time Pro Bowler who patrolled the Packers secondary for years, is officially on the market. Green Bay has announced his release, and that means one of the league's premier cornerbacks is suddenly available for the right price. For a franchise like Dallas, which has consistently prioritized impact defenders, this opens up a tantalizing opportunity. Imagine bolstering your secondary without surrendering draft capital. No trades, no picks, simply moving on the board. Just a calculated contract negotiation. And if all goes well, a new cornerstone in your defensive backfield. When the Packers attempted to restructure Alexander's deal earlier this offseason, reports trickled out that an agreement was close. But, as we know in this business, an offer isn't a contract until the ink is on the page. His salary demands, reportedly north of $17 million in cash per season, scared off potential trade suitors back in April. Now that he's a true free agent, that figure becomes more flexible, and the Cowboys have the luxury of the clock. With the waiver process wrapping up at 4 o'clock this afternoon, all eyes will be on Dallas. Will they pick up the phone and make an offer, or let another contender beat them to the punch? At 28 years old, Alexander has dealt with his share of injuries. He missed a combined 11 games over the past 2 seasons, but when healthy, he's one of the fiercest competitors in coverage. His performance against Dallas in last year's postseason is still fresh in the minds of the coaching staff. And defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus, who faced Alexander during his stint in Chicago, knows exactly what he brings. A relentless playmaker with a dogged mentality that elevates those around him. If you believe your nickel defense is in good hands with Dante Bland, adding Alexander creates a dynamic rotation that can disguise coverages and keep opponents guessing. Of course, the biggest question is money. Is Dallas willing to meet Alexander's asking price for a 1-year show-me deal after his injury history? Could it be closer to $10 million or lower still with incentives for Pro Bowl appearances or playoff performance? One thing is certain: the cap space is there, and the risk of overbidding in free agency is something the Cowboys usually avoid. But for a talent like Alexander, it's worth the phone call. No draft pick is surrendered. No trade compensation is required. You simply secure veteran excellence and address the glaring health questions in your corner room. Picture the scenarios. Trayvon Diggs works his way back from injury, perhaps missing the opener but ready by midseason, while rookie Savion Revel heals from his own setbacks. Behind him, you slot Jair Alexander outside with CJ Goodwin rotating in sub-packages, giving you a mix of physicality and savvy technique. Even if Alexander's contribution is limited to 10 or 12 games, that quality depth could be the difference between a top seed and a wild card fight. And if he's willing to take a shorter deal to prove he's still the shutdown corner he once was, you could re-sign him next offseason at a reduced rate or use the cap relief to chase another impact player. On the flip side, Dallas must consider the younger options already on the roster. Callan Carson, a mid-round pick, showed flashes before his shoulder injury. Andrew Booth, though raw, offers length and upside. Josh Butler battled through his own health concerns. None of them yet provide the consistent shutdown ability Alexander has displayed when at full strength. That veteran presence in the locker room, the film study discipline, the ability to lock down elite receivers in key moments, all of that comes with a proven winner. And if the Cowboys hesitate, other contenders like the Eagles or even a Super Bowl-hungry squad in AFC could swoop in and lock him up first. Let's not forget the ripple effect on the free agent pool. If Alexander signs elsewhere, names like Stephon Gilmore, Mike Hilton, or Arthur Mallette suddenly gain traction in Dallas. But none of those options match the blend of physicality, instincts, and playoff pedigree that Alexander offers. His coin toss sideline outburst, while controversial, underscored his competitive fire, a trait that head coach Mike McCarthy and owner Jerry Jones have always valued. If there's any chance to restore that killer instinct in the secondary, after losing Jordan Lewis, this is it. Time is on Dallas's side for now. Training camp doesn't open for another month and a half, and the team can conduct a thorough medical evaluation before formalizing an offer. They're not rushing. This isn't February when every team scrambles for contractual wiggle room. This is mid-June, when the market thins out and the smart franchises pounce on undervalued talent. Jair Alexander is without question one of the most intriguing names still available. The question is simple. Will Dallas make the call, or will they leave it to chance and hope their existing cornerback cores can hold up? Whatever happens, this storyline is far from over. Later today, we'll host a live discussion to break down the final details as Alexander clears waivers. We'll examine potential contract structures, explore how his addition impacts the draft board now that Dallas isn't moving picks for him, and debate whether owner Jerry Jones is ready to open the checkbook or stick to the usual cap-savvy approach. But for now, just remember, an elite shutdown corner is available. The phone is in the coach's hands, and every season is won or lost in the secondary. Stay tuned. This could be the defining move that cements Dallas's defensive identity for years to come. Since we've laid out the case for Jair Alexander's availability, let's dive deeper into what his arrival in Dallas could mean over the course of an entire season. First and foremost, Alexander's reputation as a lockdown corner is earned through not just his physical attributes, lateral quickness, fluid hip rotation, explosive closing speed, but also his cerebral approach to coverage. He studies tendencies, he anticipates routes, and he thrives on the challenge of shadowing the opposition's best receiver. In practice, you'd see him meticulously breaking down film of, say, CeeDee Lamb's route tree, anticipating when Lamb would break inside or lean outside, and communicating adjustments to the safety in real time. That kind of on-field intelligence is priceless, particularly when you consider the Cowboys' defensive scheme under coordinator Dan Quinn is built on disguising coverage shells and generating pressure through stunts up front. When your cornerback can shoulder responsibility for an outside leverage technique and trust that the underneath defenders are aligned correctly, your blitz packages become that much more dangerous. Imagine mid-season, in primetime, Gillette Stadium or SoFi Stadium, and Dallas is on defense late in the fourth quarter. The opposing quarterback knows he can't afford a turnover, and all week he's heard about Clutch City and how this defense thrives under pressure. Now picture Alexander aligned on the boundary, locked inch for inch with Tyreek Hill or Brandon Ayuk, playing press man with the confidence to press at the line and the discipline to bail when the route breaks. That moment when the crowd goes silent because Hill has nowhere to go. And then the snap, the quick hitch, and Alexander mirroring every step. Suddenly the offense stalls, the pressure comes from behind, and the quarterback's forced into an errant throw. That's the swing play potential you get with a corner of Alexander's pedigree, and it isn't something you can replicate with a late-round pick or a third-string developmental prospect. Of course, every storyline has its caveats. Alexander's health history cannot be ignored. Neck spasms cost him valuable practice reps last season, and hamstring tightness has cropped up in camp before. But consider this, if medical evaluations in July give only minor concerns, the Cowboys training staff could tailor a workload plan that sees Alexander on a snap count early on, spelling him with rotation packages that also feature a versatile slot corner like Mike Davis or Kelvin Joseph. By controlling his volume and maximizing recovery protocols, ice baths, hyperbaric chambers, targeted soft tissue work, you might see Alexander not just reach, but exceed the performance levels that made him one of the NFC's premier cover men in his prime. And if the plan works, you essentially have a two-phase contract. The team pays a prorated signing bonus and moderate per-game active roster bonuses, with escalators tied to snap percentage and Pro Bowl nods. Suddenly, the risk of paying a high base salary is mitigated, and both sides share upside. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. There's a buzz swirling around the Dallas Cowboys headquarters that has fans and insiders alike on high alert. Star wide receiver Amari Cooper was reportedly seen entering the Cowboys facility earlier today, fueling speculation that a new 4-year contract could be imminent. Though nothing has been confirmed officially by the team or Cooper's representatives, the wide receiver's appearance at the team's headquarters has set the NFL rumor mill ablaze. Sources close to the situation suggest that the visit wasn't just a casual drop-in, far from it. Insiders are whispering that a multi-year deal, potentially a 4-year agreement, is on the table and could be finalized in the coming hours. Cooper, who was previously traded to the Cleveland Browns and spent the last 2 seasons there, has been the subject of trade and free agency speculation for months. Now, the possibility of a return to Dallas has fans reminiscing about his past success in the Lone Star State. During his previous tenure with the Cowboys, Cooper was one of quarterback Dak Prescott's favorite targets, racking up over 3,000 receiving yards and 21 touchdowns over 3 seasons. If the rumors are true, Cooper's return could signal a major shift in Dallas's offensive strategy, possibly addressing the inconsistency at the WR2 position and giving Prescott another proven weapon. While Jerry Jones and the Cowboys front office have remained tight-lipped, their known admiration for Cooper and his fit in their system makes this move plausible, if not inevitable. Still, nothing is set in stone. Cooper's camp has yet to comment publicly, and until pen meets paper, it's all speculation. But the sight of him at the Star has fans dreaming once again of explosive Sundays and deep playoff runs. Stay tuned, this story could develop quickly. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.